Hey everybody, we are live for day 4 in 5 days to becoming a postnatal fitness specialist. Today we're going to be talking about keeping your integrity when marketing to moms. Bit of a veer in a different direction today. The last few days we've been talking about pelvic floor dysfunction, nutrition coaching. So this is just going in a bit of a different direction today, but I think it's so key to be having this conversation. Because we can see a lot of marketing to moms that might feel a little off or a little iffy, or you might be talking about things with mom if you are marketing to moms right now that don't quite feel like they are aligning with your values. Maybe you simply want to start talking about different things with the moms that you are working with or in your social media feeds, things of that nature. So my name is Jessie Wendell. I am a prenatal and postnatal exercise specialist. The way I now talk about exercise, fitness, nutrition in regards to moms is very different than what it used to look like. I've been on a distinct journey, and if you've been following me for a while now, you will have been along for this journey and you will have seen these changes that have occurred in me personally and then as a result professionally. So if you're on live, say hi. Hey Katie, I'm just going to bring this up to make sure I can see your messages on my computer as well. And if you have any questions or comments as we go along, as always, please do post them below so I can see them. Okay, so I made an Instagram post this morning, and it was a picture of a quote that was basically saying it is possible to be able to market fitness and nutrition services to moms without talking about fat loss. It is. I used to think that this was not possible, or that the business would not be thriving, or that I would have no one that wanted to work with me if I wasn't talking about weight loss and fat loss, if I wasn't making that the main point or the main service that I was offering. Turns out more than possible to be able to work with lots of moms in really empowering, successful ways without solely or even at all focusing on fat loss. So the reason why I made that Instagram post this morning was because I get this question from trainers a ton, and it is, how do I work with moms without talking about fat loss? A lot of the marketing that we are seeing for moms, especially in fitness, is on fat loss, is to make our bodies smaller, is to fit into a smaller size clothing, is to have more visible abs or a flatter stomach. This is what we are seeing so much of the time. This is starting to change absolutely. Some of my colleagues are doing incredible work with moms and not focusing on fat loss either. That is my personal preference. At this time, it has been for the last few years as well. I do not see that changing anytime soon, simply because it's not something that I personally want to focus on, and I cannot stay in my integrity and then coach other moms and women on that. Does that make sense? If I'm not fully on board engaging in the strategies and tools that I am trying to coach through, I just think it's really difficult for me to be able to relate to other people who are living really similar lives as I am. So this is not a conversation that I want to contribute to in regards to continuing to speak about fat loss, continuing to have moms buy my programming or my coaching so I can help them become smaller. It's just really not a narrative that I want to contribute to, so I simply don't talk about it. It's that simple. It's that simple. I don't talk about it because I want the conversation to change. I want to have different conversations. My clients want to have different conversations. And I know this because I speak with hundreds of them, and we have no conversations basically that are related to fat loss. In our private coaching group for To Pregnancy and Beyond, which is the coaching program that I coach for moms all over the world, there's really very rarely a mention of fat loss or weight loss. 99.9% of the other conversation we're having is about completely different things. So I know that people want to be talking about different things because I see it happening every day. Okay? I think that we do have to recognize that this is maybe the harder way. It is maybe the harder way to be marketing to moms, because that marketing that does focus on weight loss and fat loss and getting smaller is sexier. It's intriguing for people. We are marketed to as women and moms a lot of the time to want to get smaller. That's what we are led to believe. Those are the stories that we hear, and often we believe them. So when we see ads that promise us that we are going to get smaller, our bellies are going to get flatter, that becomes very interesting for a lot of people. So I do think it can be a harder way to go when you refuse or you're just simply not interested to talk about weight loss and fat loss. But I wouldn't be able to sleep at night any other way, okay? I see some of your comments popping on here. Excellent. Hey, Stephanie. All right, so here's what I think is number one key in this for trainers. If you're working with moms or want to work with moms and you are bored of the conversation about fat loss, it is on you. It is our responsibility to change the conversation in order to have different conversations. If you want to see other messages being marketed to moms, to yourself, then I need you to step up and start creating those messages. And you can do that. You absolutely can do that. One way that we even talk about this with my clients in terms of just doing this in their communities, in their friendships, is that they start to change the conversation. And that can be as simple as not engaging in the conversation. So maybe someone is not yet comfortable at speaking up when people are making disparaging remarks about their bodies, then don't engage. The next step might be to actually say something. But first, it can be okay to just not say anything at all. I think that that is a positive step in the right direction when you are trying to change the conversation. For trainers, for health professionals working in this industry, I think that it is up to us to say something to change the conversation away from fat loss. So that is on us. So we can give women and moms this deep knowing and understanding that there are more options for their bodies. There are more options for what they can do in their bodies and how they can be in their bodies. For so long, one of the only options I think that we have been led to believe is that fat loss or weight loss and getting smaller is it. That is all we're offered. We should believe when we become a mom that we want to change our body, that it is broken, needs fixing in some way. Simply not true, and not again the conversation that I want to encourage my clients to believe. So on us as fitness professionals to change the conversation so our clients have other interesting things to engage in with their bodies. Second thing, we're going to go through three things. Second thing that I want fitness and health professionals to start thinking of. Are you in your work contributing to the insecurities or areas of stress that moms might be experiencing? Are you contributing to insecurities and stress in your work? I think that's something that's so key that we need to take a really honest look at in our businesses. I think I was contributing to other people's stress for years in the work that I was doing, contributing to more stress around their bodies. Just things like regular weigh-ins, regular body measurements, progress photos. Encouraging these things for a lot of people is not going to be productive. It is not going to contribute to their physical, mental, or emotional well-being. Just seeing a question come in. Let's see. Okay. Vanetta, did you see the story on NPR a few weeks ago about correcting the mummy tummy, in quotations? Didn't hear anything about correcting function, just flattening the stomach. Yeah, absolutely. It's things like that I just can't even read anymore. I don't even look at them, to be honest with you. But I did see it going viral. I know that there's a lot of chatter about it. Yeah, it's exactly that. Like, that is what we are told. Mummy tummy, first of all. Mummy tummy, we should want to fix. It's something that we need to fix, not the correction of the actual function of the body. It's mind-blowing. Okay, third thing that I want to talk through today, something to consider in your business or in your work with women. Is it your goal to empower? Is it a priority of yours to empower the people that you're working with? Doesn't need to be a priority. Absolutely. Everyone's open to choose what it is they are doing. Is it a priority for you to empower? And then is the focus, say, on fat loss, weight loss, reducing the mummy tummy? Is that truly empowering for the people that you are working with? These questions can be really uncomfortable, to be honest with you. I just think it's so important to peel back the layers on our own beliefs and biases, again, about health, about fitness, about strength, about health, eating perhaps, for example. And if that is true health, what are our beliefs? And are they aligning with what we are doing in our programming and our coaching? So let's just recap 3 things that I think are really important in keeping your integrity when marketing to moms. If you don't like the conversations that are being had in regards to mom and women and their bodies, then change the conversation. Up to us, it is our responsibility to help change the conversation. Number 2, just check in. Are you contributing to the insecurities or areas of stress that moms are feeling? I just think it's important to be really aware and really honest if the work that you are doing is contributing to stress. So we really want to be reducing stress, creating ease for moms in their bodies. So check in to see if you are doing that in the short and the long term. And then number 3, is it a priority for you to empower your clients? Are you doing that? Are we moving them, helping to move them in the direction of empowerment? For me, that's a huge focus. So I always bring it back to that in the work that I'm doing. Okay, tomorrow is going to be our last day of 5 days to becoming a postnatal fitness specialist. We're talking about strength training tomorrow. Really excited about this one. Building successful strength training programmings for postpartum. This is an art and a science, and we're going to talk about what it takes to blend rehabilitative elements and physical challenging elements, and then all the life stuff that moms have going on too, to be able to help them engage in movement practices that they really love, and specifically about strength training because that's my favorite kind of exercise. Okay? Is that everything for today? Any other questions? Keeping your integrity when marketing to moms. Get really honest with yourself. It can be highly uncomfortable at first. It can feel impossible to try to overcome and to change your language, but small steps. It's taken me a number of years to truly change my language. So it's not going to happen overnight probably, but you can overnight start to change that conversation. And again, just give moms more options of what their bodies are possible to do and what they can feel in their bodies. Okay, everybody, I will see you back here tomorrow, Friday, October 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our last day in 5 days to becoming a postnatal fitness specialist. See you then.